Hello everybody, it's Talon, and welcome to Wizard's Choice. Now, the point of this game, I'm not 100% sure, because I just downloaded this, so I haven't done much playing. It just jumped me in right here, and I'm not sure what all this is. There's life 12, mana 14, gold 0, morale 0, and I'm guessing this changes by the choices we make, because what this game is, or it's more like a book, is you read the story and what's going on, and you make choices as you go on, and it changes the storyline of what's happening, and you decide what you, the character, does. So let's get right into it here. I guess that's us right there. We're the wizard. Alright. You are a young wizard seeking treasure and glory. You are walking along a path in the forest one day's journey from Ring City, your beloved home. Night has just fallen, and you're thinking about how it might be a good idea to find campsite. After all, you're in goblin territory now, and it's just too dangerous to travel in the dark. It's off to a good start here. Suddenly, you smell something awful. Reginald! Are you responsible for that outrageous smell? You ask the warrior striding ahead of you. Pray no, I am always downwind from my companions when I squeeze the bellows. Reginald answers. Squeeze the bellows? I'm sorry. You realize that you have never encountered this stench before, and it is close, and perhaps your imagination. But is that muffled breathing you just heard? What do you do? Okay, here we go. We make our choices. We could shout a warning to Reginald, dive flat on my face, hide, or stop and listen. I'm gonna hide. Not like a scaredy cat, but we need to hide so they don't find us. Then maybe we can spring a tramp and get the upper hand on them. My mana decreased by 2, morale increases by 1. Okay, I think I understand what goes on now. Alright. When in doubt, hiding is a fine strategy, and the forest offers plenty of cover. You mention to Reginald as you creep off the trail, now inside the brush. You motion to Reginald. We wave at him like, hey, there's something over there. You motion to Reginald as you creep off the trail. Now inside the brush, you can see green glowing eyes staring at you from behind a tree several paces away. You hear a snort as several green-skinned goblins charge you out of hiding toward you. With an arcane word and the flourish of one hand, you send a bolt of fire into the leader of the charge, who drops to the ground, thrashing in flames. Reginald hacks down another one with his sword, and the remaining 3 run off, whooping and yipping. Their cries are joined by others from the dark. Forest all around you. Many calls, far too many to fight toe to toe. It's a hunting party, probably tracking wild game. We humans are delicacy. Much better than mutton, Reginald says. You regard the 2 dead goblins on the ground. Dead goblins are worth 10 gold pieces per head in the city. Luckily, you don't need to carry their heads around. The city authorities will accept the left ear. What do? Cut their ears off? Just run. I guess I would get more money in the end. I'll cut their ears off. Gold increases by 10. Nice. We have some money, guys. Get the ears! Get the ears! You exclaimed as you pull out your razor-sharp dagger from your belt. For a second, your sometimes slow-witted warrior sidekick doesn't understand, but as you start sawing away at the first ear, he gets the idea and gets out his own dagger. Soon you have bloody goblin ears stuffed into your pocket, and Reginald has one of his own. That's disgusting. Nasty. Very, however, 10 gold is nearly 6 months of wages to common laborer. So you're willing to take the hit. What now? Reginald asks. Certainly there are excellent places to hide in the forest, if we can just make it till morning. True, however, the goblins may have dogs, but their own sense of smell is keen, you say. We might climb a tree. Then that would at least be defensible, Reginald suggests. You wish to be treed like a fox with goblins barking underneath? If you wish a position that is both defensible and allows some freedom of movement, we should hasten to the castle Inverse. It is near and we could fortify ourselves behind those walls, Reginald says. You frown. It is a fortress, yes, but inhabited by what? Gods know what manner of creature may have taken up residence in that ruin over the years. We climb a tree, garrison in the ruin walls, hide in the forest. Let's see what's in the ruined walls. Castle Inverness is near. Let us take refuge behind those stone walls, you say. Goblin hunting calls echo from all around in the forest as the two of you dash up the path, hundreds of meters or so, where you find a fork in the road. Wait, like a literal fork, like someone was eating and they just dropped it? Or is it like a fork in the road? I'm just kidding. Ha, funny jokes, right? No one's laughing? Oh, okay. The path to the right appears to be seldom used since it is nearly overgrown. The path to the left is clear and you think you see firelight down the way. Could the fire belong to goblins, or if you're lucky, the campfire of another friendly adventuring party? What do? Castle, never question a wizard, or investigate the fire. Let's investigate the fire. Let's see what's up. Life decreases by 1. Oh, that can't be good. So it turns out the fire does belong to the goblins. What did you expect? You're in goblin country after all. Of course we are. Anyway, you come up to the clearing with 2 goblins staring hungrily at the rack of mutton sizzling over the fire. Apparently, these guys are more keen on guarding their next meal than joining the rest of the hunting party. Before you can decide whether to turn back or kill them, one of them spots you and screams out. Reginald shoots this one with his bow while the other runs off. What a coward lot they are! You run back to the fork in the road and head toward the castle. On the way, you hear a whistle in your ear, then another, and then feel a sting just above your hip. They do have bows. The wound isn't bad. It's a small arrow, shot by a weakling, no doubt. You pull it out without losing stride. Continue. After a minute of stumbling down what is the best described as a game trail, you see the shadowy husk of the ruin in the moonlight ahead. Unfortunately, the battle cries of your pursuers are closer than ever. And when you look back over your shoulder, you see glowing eyelidless, green, and bulging out like some small onions. The 2 of you turn on a boost of speed, and soon the outer wall of the castle looms before you. It is about 10 feet high and crumbling. You realize with horror that there is no holes on this side that are large enough to fit through. Meanwhile, Reginald, a faster runner than you, has disappeared around the north corner of the wall. An arrow whistles past your head, and you look back and see at least 4 pairs of glowing eyes. What do? Follow Reginald? Jump the wall spell, cost 1 mana. Turn and blast them. Jump the wall. Alright. So we used a magic spell to just jump over the wall, like a Jedi jump. Force boost, really. You stay your course toward the wall, and with an arcane word from your lips, you leap into the air. Up you go, like a giant grasshopper over the top. You've made it, but now you're falling down into the castle courtyard. You hit the ground hard, but you roll with it. Fortunately, the neglected courtyard grass is nearly as tall as you are and acts as a cushion. There's a ladder nearby that you climb up to get to the battlements. There are 4 goblins at the base of the wall, chattering angrily. One of them begins climbing up the rotten rock. You decide that this is a good place to take stand. There is lots of loose rock at the top of the walls. You're not particularly strong, thanks to your inactive life as a wizard, however. You However, you expect you could push a few large rocks down upon this climber. On the other hand, they're all out in the open, and your spells would certainly be effective now. What do? Push rocks down on climber. Just fry the climber. Fry them all. Fry them all. Get rid of them. Achievement unlocked. Crushing move. You're dominated. 2 points, 2 coin, and 1 luck. Alrighty here. You lean down and call forth the magical power within you. From your outstretched fingers erupts a jet of flame that you play first over the climber and then over the others standing below. They barely have time to scream before they are no more than 4 smoldering corpses on the ground below you. A fine mess you made of them. You're startled a moment by Reginald's voice. He now stands beside you, grinning down on the carnage. He must have found another way in. A loath goblins, you say. As do all good men and good, you have struck terror into the advance party, but they will call for reinforcements. We have the wall. We can hold it, Reginald asks. We could go in. You point to the castle keep beyond the courtyard. The castle is 3 stories tall, or at least it had been before the top layer had mostly collapsed. The second story is barely any better. The fortress is lifeless and still as a painting. Nevertheless, you wonder if anyone is looking back at you from the dark. Windows and arrows, slits of the ruin. What do you suggest? Prepare a wall defense, enter the castle. Let's investigate the castle. 2 are not enough to defend all 4 walls. Away to the keep, you shout. We shout. 2 are not enough to defend all 4 walls. Away to the keep, we shout. You run across the courtyard in the open, the large wooden double doors, which shriek on rusty hinges. Unlocked. This may be a trap. Unlocked? This may be a trap, my friend. We best be on our guard, Reginald says. Once inside, Reginald slams the bars to the door. The entrance chamber is large with a high vaulted ceiling. The stone walls are cracked and flaking. The ground is strewn with loose rubble. The air is stale. Aside from the double doors behind you, there are closed wooden doors on the north, east, and west walls. It is not long before the front doors begin to rattle violently. Through a nearby arrow slits you. Can you see green glowing eyes of the giant, of the glint of the axe chopping away at the door? You're not sure how long the buried portal will hold them. Reginald wants to hide deeper in the castle. On the other hand, this place smells of death. It might be prudent to take a few seconds to investigate the room and doors. What do you do now? Let's go search the room and doors. Let's search the room. Alright guys, and I'm going to leave this episode here. I hope you liked. Leave a comment down below and hit the like button. And also don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the flip side.